Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about this giant update that just hit NGS today. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is all of the new content. So we are getting the main story chapter 6 part 3, so more storyline, that's really good. We finally get to see Aina with her new outfit over here as well as hairstyle. It looks freaking amazing. However, more importantly, Retem exploration sectors have been updated, so there are a lot of new things happening to all of the exploration sectors in Retem, which is pretty nice. We are getting high-level Gigantics as well as Dread enemies and Recon Gigantics, so there's a lot of stuff to farm. So there are new capsules, there are Dreadkeeper 5s, as well as the Gigantics may drop new armors. So there's a lot of stuff to farm for, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. Now as for Urgent Quest, we do get the Mining Rig Defense Retem rank 3, and keep in mind for the entirety of this week, we only get Mining Rig Defense for an Urgent Quest in Retem. The other two Urgent Quests such as Dustal as well as Renis Vera have been put on hold, so you can't get that Urgent Quest for an entire week. So just understand that this week, all of the Urgent Quests that happen in Retem are all going to be Mining Rig Defense. So the biggest thing that we're going to need to test out is, of course, what is the loot from the Mining Rig Defense Retem rank 3. If the loot is really good, I'll let you guys know about it and tell you guys, maybe it's worth farming. But if things pan out as I expect it to pan out, I personally am not going to be running a lot of this Urgent Quest unless, of course, the loot is really good and Sega surprises us. However, it doesn't end there. We also get the new Alliance mag, so make sure that if you are in an alliance that you tell your alliance leader or officers to immediately place down the alliance mag the moment the servers come up so that you can start powering it up, because remember, you need to level up your alliance mag in order to get more powerful buffs for your team. So you want to make sure that you actually start doing that immediately or as soon as possible so that you can start feeding it and leveling it up. Now, other than the Alliance mag, there are of course some new build parts, so there are new aesthetics that you can go for if you are really into the creative spaces. Now there's also a bunch of new features and improvements, but the main one that I want to point out is the level cap has been increased to level 80, and on top of that there is also the add-on skills 4 and add-on skills 5 for generated add-on skills, which will make your life a lot easier to max out your add-on skills, especially since add-on skill 5 over here actually gives you the max level, which is level 20 for your add-on skills. So you just need to roll once, but it does require specific materials that you will need to farm for because these are going to be new materials. Another notable thing they've also changed is the specifications for Duel Quest. They're making it easier to play than ever because they've increased the time limit from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, and they've also reduced the HP of the enemies in Duel Quest. So if you were struggling with Duel Quest, well, now you'll be able to farm it a lot more comfortably since you have double the time to do it now, and the HP of the enemies have also been decreased. However, do keep in mind that if you want an S rank in Duel Quest, you'll still have to defeat the enemy in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And last but not least is, of course, there is a new AC Scratch Street Beat over here. It's with these oversized hoodies over here and oversized baggy pants, which are pretty nice. However, things don't end there because we do have the patch notes or the system updates over here, and there is a lot to cover. I'm just going to briefly cover the important parts. However, I will leave links in the description below so that you can read all of the different patch notes. So the first thing I want to cover are the balance adjustments. So we are getting balance adjustments for the following classes: for the Fighter, the Ranger, the Gunner, the Force, and the Braver. The TLDR is all of these classes got buffed, okay? That's the TLDR. Again, if you want to read the nitty-gritty, the link is in the description below. Now, another thing they've added is the ability to display your DPS through chat commands. So when you open up your chat, you can do /DPS clear to reset your DPS meter. You can also do /DPS on to display the DPS, or /DPS off in order to hide the DPS meter. So it's a lot easier. You don't need to go through all of the different options and stuff like that. You can simply just type in a chat command and boom, you're good to go. Now they've also increased the EXP earned as well as the rare drop rates for rare enemy versions of Dread enemies. So as we know, Dread enemies have a chance of spawning in a special variant or rare variant where it's all in gold or it's all in silver. And well, if they spawn in that version, then you do get more EXP and the rare drop rate has been increased even further than before. Now, another thing they changed is the dread enemy spawn locations in the Retem region. So these are going to be in the exploration zones. So Spinny Boy is now going to be in South Retem, the Bubble Snapper is now in South Retem, and the Scythe is now in North Retem. So it's really interesting that they changed the spawn locations for these three specific dread enemies, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I believe most of us are still probably just going to be farming in South Retem or maybe Central Retem. The next notable change they did over here is the probability of preset skills being granted to weapons of rarity 8 or lower when they are dropped has been revisited upwards. So this is just a very roundabout way of saying anything that is 8-star rarity or below has a much higher chance of getting a Fixa on it now. This is really nice because if you want to get a high ranking Fixa, you can do so a lot easier now, and hopefully this will allow a lot of people to test out high level Fixas and enjoy its power because they are really strong. Now they've also added a new exchange shop, the Special Scratch Exchange in the item trader. Now I will have to check the shop once the servers go live and see what's in it, and I'll cover that in tomorrow's video. But it's very interesting that they did put in a Special Scratch Exchange. As you guys know, I almost have like 900 scratch tickets saved up, but that's because I want to save up to 1,000 tickets and do one gigantic scratch video. You know, maybe we might spend a couple if there are some notable items in this exchange shop. The next notable thing is they've actually updated the special scratch. They've added some PSO2 11th anniversary special scratch ticket lineup or items from that special scratch, and they've added it into the regular special scratch. So once the servers go live, definitely check out the special scratch and see what are the new items that they added in. They've also added in new items for the exchange shop for the Arcs Record Badge exchange shop, because remember 3 of the weapon camos did expire, so they're replacing those 3 weapon camos with new weapon camos. So it's definitely worth your time to check what are the new weapon camos in the Arcs Record Badge exchange shop. The next thing we will have to go over is, of course, probably the new armors, because they have added new drop items to Battle Dia purple Aleo Devastators. It's interesting that they've only added it to Aleo Devastators and not Retem Devastators, so I'm definitely going to need to check if they've actually added a new rank in Aleo Devastators or not. This is going to be very interesting to see, but they've also added new items to the following Gigantics enemy, so the Malevolent Nex Aleo, Didal Axe, Didal Sword, Nogleth, Orok, Varus, and Ravid. I don't know who Ravid is, and Rasetsu. So this sounds like a new enemy. I don't remember any Gigantics enemy called the Ravid enemy, so this is definitely new to me, but all of the others I have seen before. So this is why I think we are getting the new purple armors, because well, all of these are Gigantics enemies and they are the ones that drop the purple armor. So definitely need to check this out, definitely are going to need to test it and see if we actually did get new armors this update or not. The next thing we need to talk about are the weekly tasks have been changed. So over here we can see these are all the new weekly tasks. So the clear an urgent quest weekly task has been changed. Instead of clearing it 3 times, you only need to clear it 1 time. The rewards are exactly the same, they're just making it a lot easier to obtain, which is much better in my personal opinion, because there have been some weeks where I did miss out urgent quests and I did not do 3, so this is going to make life a lot easier. They have finally removed the stupid quest where you have to do bunker type 1 or type 2, so this is like the Cannonball Rumble or the Ordinal Tower, so we won't have this weekly anymore, which is really nice. But we have a new weekly which is complete daily tasks 10 times, and we get 5 star gems for completing it, as well as some Meseta. However, because we get 5 star gems for completing this task over here, the regular weekly where you have to complete daily tasks 25 times has gotten a star gem reduction from 10 star gems to 5 star gems, but we do get a special scratch ticket in return. But to be honest, it's actually the same thing, because when you complete your daily task 25 times, you're automatically going to complete the one that requires you to do it 10 times, so you do get the 10 star gems anyway. So even though it might look like a nerf in star gems over here where you used to get 10 but now you get 5, it's actually the same, because you actually get 5 from this new quest over here and you get 5 from the old quest. All right, so don't need to panic there, it's actually technically a buff because we also get a special scratch ticket, so that's pretty nice. So overall, I am very happy with the new changes with the weekly task. It's going to make our life a lot easier because we don't have to do the stupid one over here, especially especially when it was Cannonball Rumble. I hated that one because Cannonball Rumble, I just don't enjoy that content. And last but not least is a very unique change over here. Specifications for NBC Nadare's live concert has been changed so that if you earn the title Concert Goer, you can get the concert effect without attending the concert itself. So if you already have the title Concert Goer, you will automatically get the concert buff regardless of where you are. Now you do need to be online in the game, alright? You can't be offline and log in after the concert ends, you will not get the buff. You do need to be online when the concert ends. However, you do not need to be in town, so when there's a concert going on and if you do have this title, you can continue doing whatever you were doing. You can continue farming your combat zones, your exploration zones, whatever you want. So this is a very nice quality of life improvement. The next thing I want to go over are all the new campaigns kicking in. We have a rare drop rate plus 100% campaign, we have a get big and strong boost campaign, and we also have the Phantasy Star Remix login gift campaign. So, you know, the rare drop rate plus 100% campaign, this is pretty straightforward. It lasts for an entire week where we just get 100% rare drop rate boost. Very straightforward, very easy. Now the get big and strong boost campaign, I'm assuming this is probably just a bunch of regular boosts. So like more EXP as well as more Meseta gains, something along those lines. I'll need to check it the moment that I can get in game, so I will cover this in tomorrow's video. And of course the Phantasy Star Remix login gift, this is simply free music CDs. All you need to do is log in and you get the music CD. Very straightforward. And last but not least, they are launching new payment methods with Razer Gold in certain regions. So in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Brazil, as well as Mexico, you can now buy AC with Razer Gold, which is pretty interesting. I am moving to Malaysia next year, so I am pretty happy that I'll be able to use Razer Gold. I've never actually used Razer Gold, but I do use Razer products. So maybe if I buy Razer products, I get Razer Gold. I don't really know how the whole Razer Gold thing works. But nevertheless, you know, more payment options is always a good thing. So if you do live in any of these areas and if you do use Razer Gold, you can definitely look forward to that because now you can purchase AC with them. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.